Hey guys, how you doing? What I'm going to do today is part one of a review of the Crossfire DG3 rucksack. This was sent to me by the Crossfire USA representative to do a review on. So what I intend to do is I'm going to do just a sort of a review of the pack itself, observations on it, and show you through some of the details of it today. And then next week I'm up at the combat leader course, and so what I plan on doing is I'll get out and get some footage of actually carrying the ruck around and doing an actual field test of it up on the hills of West Virginia. So that said, here's the ruck. All right, now when you first get hold of this, it seems a little complicated, but this thing is actually genius. I'm very impressed by what I see of this ruck so far. Now, so what it is, it's 55 litres. It's 55 litres. And so what it appears to do, and I will take you through the features right now, is it appears to fill the gap as a true 3-day ruck. So I've talked a lot and I've done videos before on the fight light concept, MBT fight light concept, and what this does is this takes it a little bit beyond as a true light infantry piece of equipment that if you actually have to go out beyond 24 hours and you need to take stuff with you, you've got to take stuff to sleep, stuff to eat, all that kind of mission equipment, then this is that next step up without becoming a huge rucksack and taking too much gear. And at 55 litres, and the ability to cinch it down, it's actually a very good size. So I think there's a lot going for it on that basis. It actually comes in, this is the multicam version, it comes in Coyote and Ranger Green. Now, when you look at it, what you notice is that it's actually got a external frame, okay? It's a plastic, whatever, external frame. And it's got an excellent suspension system, really good foam, etc. in the harness, and this is adjustable. Now, also what it comes with is if you want to, you can convert it to an internal frame. Although from what I'm hearing is that you don't really want to do that, because apparently this external frame, and I will test it, is simply excellent. The way the ruck actually attaches to this frame means that the thing, it's going to move with you. So it's kind of, if you remember the old Alice pack, which was that metal thing, and that was just like a metal thing that was going to beat away at your back. Well, the way this is attached and the way it flexes, it means it's going to move with you. I also like the idea that it should give a bit of clearance to your back, which is going to help with, you know, sweat, etc. if you're using it in a hot, humid, jungly, whatever environment. And also, I have tested this actually, and it's cut out at the back here so that it will fit over a plate if you are going to wear plates with this. Okay, preferably not, you know, light infantry kind of out in the woods environment. But if you have to wear plates, it's cut out at the back to do that. So, looking at this side of the ruck here, what we've got, which is excellent here, we've got a classic lid, okay? In top of the lid, we've got a nice couple of pockets, two pockets here with all sorts of storage bits inside it for your little bits and bobs. And then on the back here, you've got the ability for camelback or hydration pack or antenna or whatever, and you've got the zip that adjusts here, so that's brilliant. Okay, with this lid, this is the perfect kind of lid that I like to have on a ruck, okay, because you can basically use it to cinch stuff down. It's even got a pocket on the inside, and then what you've got here is you've got a buckle that does up across the top there, it holds up at the top of the complete center zip, but you've also got toggles here which you can tighten up and cinch that down, so that then you've got the pack that's going to go over the top. And of course you can obviously put things in here and just close it down over the top. You've got a complete center zip, and you've got these various buckles here which will obviously tighten and cinch the thing in, bunch of molly, and basically the zip will go all the way down. And I just got a little bit of stuff in here just for purposes of this video, just to bulk it out, and some stuff I'm going to show you as well. And I stuffed a big sleeping bag in there just for the purposes of filling the pack out for the sort of so we can look at it. So complete center zip to get at your gear, and that is excellent. Okay, this will go over the top and cinch down. On the sides, you've got your usual molly, that kind of stuff. What you've got here is basically what you could see, you could either use it as a kind of a bottle pocket. It's got an inner part and an outer part here. Okay, the inner part is all the way through, which matches with this part here, like a sleeve here, and then obviously this thing here. So if you wanted to put, I don't know, poles, antenna folded down or whatever in the side here, you've got the ability to do that. You've also got the ability to put side pouches on as well. If you turn it around and look at the back again, okay, so the frame here is adjustable. Now, I think this is probably gonna be, and I'll make a prediction once I start actually testing it, is that I think this is gonna be, in terms of what we call the short back Bergens, it's gonna be perfect. Bergen, British term, right, for ruck. I've adjusted it so that this pad is going to sit above where I'm going to wear a battle belt or a belt kit. Okay, so it's going to sit slightly above that, so it's a nice short back Bergen. You can adjust it for longer if you want to. If you're not wearing anything around your waist in terms of a belt kit, then you can adjust it down to actually be a full Bergen. But the ability to have it sitting above the belt kit is something which I'm going to go into in future videos. I'm going to talk about using an actual proper old school belt kit and then having your backpack resting nicely on top of it. You do have a you know, a sternum strap, wherever it is, across, but you've also got here, you've got quick release, and I actually popped one, and they're very easy to put back together. So you've got quick release in case you need to get these things off in a hurry. Looking at the waist pad here, so turn the thing upside down for a minute. What you've got is, and everything seems to come apart very easily. I actually, because I'm not a great fan of a waist belt on a ruck, what I did was I just popped these off. So this is your waist belt here. It just pops on through these little things, little bits to attach it to here, and I just took it off. So that's your waist belt if you want to have a waist belt and you want to set it up so it's going to be warm with a waist belt. Okay, there's also another pad that comes with it if you're going to use the internal frame. Not quite sure why I want to use the internal frame, but obviously that's going to, if we want to reduce space for vehicle operations, that kind of thing, fit the thing in a smaller area, then, you know, we could do something like that. All right, guys, what you've also got here is you've got a beaver tail, which you can attach onto the back, or as it were, on the outside of the ruck here. Okay, it attaches on very simply with these little tuck tab things. Okay, and it will adjust, and you've got a bunch of space there, so you can put a helmet, for example, or even just stuff in whatever, you know, stuff your waterproof gear or whatever it is into there, and that'll sit on the back. You can take it off when you don't need it. That's really useful, really good to have. Also, as I mentioned before, you can easily fit a helmet just under the lid, which is one of the great things about these rucks, is fit the helmet under there and attach it down. So that's a good piece of equipment. And then if we actually open up the ruck here and open it out, it's like a wonderland in here, okay? So we've got a number of pockets here on the outside of the ruck. Pocket down here for all sorts of stuff. Again, these things come out. These here are mirrored on the other side. They don't come out, okay? But these ones here, they'll pop out. And then on the actual, close to your back here on the ruck, what you've got is you've got basically two separate camelback, whatever you call them, places to put your hydration. Okay, 1 and 2. And what you can do with this is they actually also, they pop off. You only want 1, whatever, then you can pop 1 off, okay? Also underneath those 2, there's another large. Again, this will come off if you don't want it. But this is, I believe, this is sized for, this is obviously Crossfire, it's an Australian company. My understanding is they do a lot of work with Australian SF. And so this is, I believe, sized for, you know, a patrol radio, okay, that's going to go in there. So you can use it for whatever you want to use it for. Ultimately, it'll pop out if you don't want it, okay. And then obviously all sorts of attachment points here. So what this gives you the ability to do is to segregate, you know, the kind of stuff that you're going to put in here and keep it all squared away. Okay guys, so in conclusion, I got a lot of high hopes for this this Ruck, this backpack. I think that if you're going to have to go out and carry stuff for potentially a 3-day, 72-hour mission, then having the ability to have some kind of backpack like this is excellent. It also means you can't really overfill it at 55 litres, and there's ways of cinching it down if you haven't got the full, if you haven't really filled the space. It's going to bridge the gap between what you might carry, a small day pack with your normal fight-like gear, to actually having a larger pack that, as far as I've seen so far, is going to sit very well on your back and be extremely comfortable. What I'll do now is I'm going to take a couple of shots just with me wearing the thing right now so you can get an impression of it. And then, as I said, this is going to be part 1. And then what I'm going to do is next week, when I get a moment, I'm going to attempt to get some footage of me, you know, up on the hills carrying this thing, and you know, see how it performs. Thanks very much. Okay guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk in the Ruck just to give you a general idea of the size of it, what it looks like. As I mentioned, I don't have any weight in this right now. However, it's extremely comfortable. What I'm going to do when I actually do the trials in it next week, I'm going to put maybe 30 to 50 pounds in it, see how it holds up. But the thing, it feels good right now, and I'm just going to give you a general idea of what it's like. There we have it guys. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time.